About 100 times a day across the United States, people show up in hospital emergency rooms with injuries caused by these, the building industry's weapon of mass construction, the mighty nail gun. Otto Construction is a large Sacramento-based general contractor, seen here working on a project in Placerville. A few years ago, the company had a perplexing problem. Its overall injury rate was down, but its nail gun injuries were up. Scotty Dupriest is Otto's safety manager.
They did notice that we had 11 nail gun injuries over a 3-year period. And from their perspective, that was too much. And from my perspective, that was too much.
Dupriest investigated the injuries, and they can look like this. Powered by compressed air, the tools can shoot nails up to 75 or 80 feet per second, qualifying them as low-velocity missiles.
You know, a nail gun is just like a rifle. If you handle it correctly, it's not a problem. If you don't handle it correctly, it's a powerful tool.
Right.
And it can cause serious damage.
Otto worked hard to understand why so many of its workers were getting hurt, and the answer was simple. Workers reached for the first and closest nail gun available, instead of the safest or best one for the job. The company uses 2 different kinds of nail guns, a semi-automatic single shot for framing and an automatic for roofing. But they look alike, and workers were confusing the two, and they were getting hurt.
And bop, 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 bop. You know, they'd get a multi-hit because they're using a sheeting gun versus a framing gun, and that would ricochet off the steel, and that's where people were getting hurt. Or a guy would, misfire, just even doing maybe a framing up there, and off shoots another one. You know, a random nail flies out.
Dupriest and a shop foreman at Otto decided to paint the tops of single-shot framing guns red. That way, supervisors could see them and make sure framers were using the right gun. Now, the company makes sure its automatic nail guns are used only for roofing tasks, like nailing sheets of plywood and installing tiles on the roof. It also makes sure its nail gun operators have all safety equipment, like this roofer has: a harness, a lanyard, and a special device to stop him from falling, if he trips. The company's efforts have paid off. Almost all nail gun accidents have been eliminated. But for Dupriest, safety is about more than just statistics.
Well, that's why you try to take care of them, keep them as safe as possible. I want them to go home every night with all their digits. And they know I love them. They do. I care about every one of these guys.